Buddy, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and you know we've been talking about home buying.
We have.
And now's the
it's
time.
my favorite thing.
Now's the time to buy because of the numbers. You got the perfect pick on being able to find your perfect home. And the great part is these homes, we hadn't really talked about it. Probably 99% of these homes down here come furnished. So when you buy a home, you don't have to spend $40,000, $40,000 furnishing it.
The house, right?
Most of the time, you can walk in with your clothes, put them in the dresser, change the bed sheets if they're not fresh, and go.
Away you go.
And away you go. But
off to the beach.
We're going to put this up. You're looking at it right now, and this is going to be the Ebby Halliday way.
Yes.
10 ways that you help a home buyer.
Yes.
And so, do you need that, or do you have it memorized?
Well, I actually don't have it memorized.
You don't have it memorized?
I don't have it memorized because
it
it
comes
just becomes
natural.
This is what I do.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to start a little bit in order. We're going to take some of these out of order because we don't have time to talk about all 10 of them.
Right, right.
Okay, but one of the things I'm going to talk about is number one, very, very first. This is where people kind of mess up, right? They go on Zillow, they go on Realtor, they fall in love with the house. They have no idea how they're going to pay for that house.
Right.
So number one, let's get you with a lender,
right,
or a financial advisor, or your CPA, whatever the case may be. If you're buying investment, you need to talk to your tax guy and your CPA. I'm going to help you with that,
right,
because they're going to want information that I can give them that you cannot give them. Things about the market and taxes and insurance is a little iffy, but I always can say to the lender, well, this is not set in stone, but here's kind of a range of what the insurance might be on that house, because that's going to make a difference for what you can and can't qualify for.
Right.
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 And so that's number one. Let's get together and figure out how are you paying.
Make a game plan.
Let's make a game plan.
So like you and I did last week on what shows we're going to record in what order.
We met and we talked about what we're going to do and what we're going to talk about. Absolutely. You have to have a plan.
It makes things a lot easier. And
it does.
Using cash may not be in your best interest.
Right.
If you're going to pull it out of something, it may be better off.
And I can't tell you, I'm not a financial advisor.
Right.
I can't tell you that. I'm not a tax person. I cannot tell you that.
But their accountant
can. Or if you don't have one or you don't know, I can connect you with the people who can say, hey, these are great ways to do it. You know, there are some really great people that I'm connected with that can help you decide.
Right.
And how are you going to do it? Are you going to do it as a trust? Are you going to do it as an LLC? Are you going to do it as an individual? You know, and we just went through that we purchased a house at A&M for Allison, and you know, if I had just listened to some of my friends on how to do it, it would have been completely the wrong way to do it for Tim and I and Allison.
Right.
So that's number one.
Make a game plan.
Let's make a game plan.
Right.
Once we have that solid plan, then we can go into number two, which is narrowing your search down. Because now we know the numbers, right? We know how we need to structure it. So now we can narrow that search, because you go online, 500 and some properties on the market right now. I mean, you're scrolling all night long.
Well, and
know what you're looking
also, you've got an idea, and you gave an example with your deal over in Galveston Surfside. They started out with like 10 or 15, and then you knocked it down to 10, and then it went down to 5.
I have a buyer right now that I've been talking with. And he gave me he had his numbers. He had his finances all figured out. Mm-hmm. But in just a few conversations, I was able to turn back to him and say, okay, I think this is where we really want to look for you. And it was not because of numbers, and it was not because of bedrooms and bathrooms, but it was because of lifestyle. So in just having some conversations with him and talking about what he really wants, what he likes to do.
What's he going to use the home for?
What's he going to use the home for? We were able to knock out some that he really thought were on his wish list that we were like, this is not going to let you do what you want to do.
Right.
And so that's where you need a good realtor. You know, whether you use me or anybody else down here, you need to have those conversations. This is not just let's unlock a door. Oh, I think this house is pretty. Let's buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what people kind of think realtors just go unlock doors so you can go walk around and.
Well, and I
said it more than that.
Said it before. Use a local realtor, someone that lives here, full-time that knows the market, you know, because we get a lot of people, well, my friend's a realtor in San Antonio. I'm going to have...
She's going to come up.
She's going to come up because they want to give her the sale, but it may not be in your best interest if
so, you know, there's this wonderful thing that realtors do, and it's called referral. Yes. Yes. I used a realtor. I'm a realtor. I used a realtor when I bought down here.
Because they knew the market.
They knew, not only did they know the market, they knew the appropriate forms.
Right.
They knew the questions to ask. They knew the documents that I needed to get to my lender that are a little bit different than doing, say, a property in Dallas or Austin.
Because this is the coastal
or
area.
even League City is a little bit different. I have a listing in League City. Is a different approach than what I would do down here. This is a coastal area. You got to know what you're doing. So the next thing we've talked about a lot is writing a strong offer.
Right.
And we've kind of hashed this out on a lot of our shows, which is you're like, let's go 300,000 off price.
Well,
but
if that's the market for that house,
then let's do it. Absolutely.
Yeah, but we've seen, like we said in the last show,
other things in the offers, which is I'm always harping on is that price is just one portion.
There's a lot of lines.
There are a lot of lines
with numbers on it.
If insurance is your fear, then let's figure out how we can get the seller to at least give us a year, first year's insurance. Or let's talk to the listing agent, find out who their insurance agent is.
And talk to them to see.
And talk to them and see what do they have, and then can we just, take that.
Well, a lot of times that insurance can roll over to the new owner, and that can save you some money.
Saves tremendous amount of money.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things about that strong offer, knowing how to do that. What else do we have on here? I need my glasses, which are on my head. Negotiate. Oh yeah, it's my favorite thing.
That goes.
I love. That's my.
That goes back to making the offer.
That goes back to me. It goes back to not being afraid to make more than one offer.
Well, and you said something to me, and I can't remember who we were talking to, that you negotiated for
weeks.
6 months.
Yeah,
or 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Every week.
Every day,
your buyer made a new offer.
My buyer would send me a new number.
Yeah.
But you know what? He got it.
How much did he save when it was all said and done?
Oh my gosh, a couple $100,000.
Yeah. And so he knew his number, but he didn't know the seller's number.
We didn't know the seller's number.
And that's what he had to find.
And the seller's agent was fantastic. Would not reveal anything. I couldn't get that agent to crack. A lot of times you can talk to an agent and they'll give you more than they probably should. And then you're like, oh, okay, now how to fix this offer. No, this one wouldn't. So every day, every morning, like clockwork, that text came in. Okay, Beth, offer this today. But we did.
Right.
And he got it. And he's thrilled.
And he saved a whole lot of money.
He saved a lot of money.
Yeah.
And the seller was thrilled. Okay, what do we have next? Coordinate the inspection. Okay, that's huge, right?
Especially down here.
You gotta have an inspection down here. Do you know how many people say to me, oh no, it's okay. Uncle Joe is the contractor. He's just gonna come walk the property. No. Uncle Joe can come walk the property. I love Uncle Joe. Let him come walk the property. You need
have a professional.
Well, the state of Texas has strict forms that these inspectors have to use. There are things they are trained to look for. Yeah. Okay. And that's really important because all the contractors in the world can come in, but the contractor's looking for what's important to him.
Right.
We need to get this overall picture.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if you work with me and you tell me you're not paying for an inspection, I'm making you sign a form. Yeah. It says, I told you to get an inspection.
Right.
You're not paying for the inspection.
And
it's important.
It's just for the best interest because you've got the disclosure forms and stuff, but you never know what they may not know that inspector
I can tell you things that I didn't know. I was selling my own house.
The inspector can pick up on, the color of a wall. It may look off a little bit. Maybe there's some moisture
behind it.
You know, how the pipes are run, where the water heater is.
Well, and it's just knowledge. It does tell you. It tells you knowledge and tells you the age of some of the things. And when you're coming down here, things might appear young to you because, in other areas, an air conditioner can last 20 years. Right. Down here, let me tell you something.
They don't last. And if they're on the north side of the house, it'll last longer than one on the west or the southeast or the south side of the house because of the salt air. And I always tell people, and this was from when I actually stayed in the RV down here, wash your coils outside on your outside unit, wash it down At least
right, get all
that's
that
what I
salt
did,
off
to
of
get
it.
the salt off it. Because if we don't have rain, a lot of times if we go into summer and don't have rain, the salt builds up on the power lines, and then we get that one little, just a burst of rain or some heavy dew where it heats up that salt and a line pops or something, and the same thing happens on your AC. So
yes. Okay, and then with that was negotiating repairs.
Right.
And that's really big. And trying to go through that list once you get, because there's going to be things on the inspection.
Right.
I mean, I do brand new construction that has a longer inspection list than a house that's 20 years old.
Right.
There's going to be things. So you want to talk, you want to be able to negotiate, prioritizing those repairs. Right. And what is your priority is not my priority, right? So I always ask my buyers, what are they comfortable with and what are they not comfortable with? And sometimes it's really not negotiating that the repairs are done, but back to the price, right? We're going to take care of these repairs ourselves, but now we want to take a little off that price to compensate for it. Okay, so advice for professional services. Do you know, realtors are like the best contact for information. For information, who do you know? Who do you know? Because we keep, and we all network with each other. So if I don't have the information, I'm going to send a text to 5 of my favorite realtors and go, hey, I was going to say, I've gotten a few
phone calls from you.
You have
you know, who do you use for this? Or is there anyone that's part of Team Bolivar that does this?
Here in your tourism, you've got a whole bunch of businesses lined up here that can help us out. Absolutely. Communicating with the seller agent, and that's huge. It takes both of us to get to the closing. Me as your buyer's agent, the other agent as the listing agent. Let's work together, because there may be things that are important to that seller that I don't know, but if the listing agent kind of helps me out, we can figure out what's important to them, what's important to my clients.
That way it helps her.
It helps her.
Her customer's happy and your customer's happy.
And we all get to the closing table.
Yeah.
Because that's our goal.
And it's funny how some realtors like to work with other realtors, and some realtors, it's like they want the whole ball of wax.
Yeah.
I've seen it down here some. So anyway, that's just my opinion.
It's okay. If we all play fair in the sandbox, everybody wins.
Everyone gets.
Okay, escrow and closing documents. Okay, here's the scary thing. So people don't understand what escrow is. So when you have this deal, right, immediately a check's going to go to the title company. It's going to sit in escrow. And it's sitting there for a couple of reasons, because even if the deal falls apart, people have to get paid. People have already done things for you.
Right.
The surveyor's been out there surveying. The title person has been working on a title commitment and looking in the history and finding things out for you. All of those things they need to be paid for their services.
Right.
So money goes into escrow, and then you get your title commitment. Well, if you don't know what you're looking at, you get all these documents, and we're doing everything digitally, and you're like, Beth, what is this? What's hiding in there? Over the years and with experience, you learn to look for certain things for certain properties, right? And so that's really important. And your client may not even read it. They're going to tell you they signed it, and then they're going to say, I didn't see that in there.
Right.
So again, back to that initial conversation, getting to know your client. When those title commitments come in, I can peruse them and know there are certain things that I'm looking for that may be important as things that you can have that pet pig in your backyard. Right. Let's make sure we can do that, or you can park that truck, or you're right down here, boats. In certain communities, you can or can't have the boat in the So that's huge. So getting that, and then making sure the numbers are adding up before you actually go to close. So you get a final HUD or a closing document, or it's called different things for different people, settlement sheet, and going through there, because a lot of times there are little things that are missing or changed, or were misinterpreted. And so you want to make sure those dollars and cents all add up. And that's really important. And then assisting with post-closing details, and especially down here, that's really important. Making sure that
the insurance is taken care of.
Did you remember? Yeah. Did your utilities get turned on? Did they get switched to your name and key boxes? And I had a client who's not going to get down here right away, and they're like, okay, well, can you go over? Do you mind going over and making sure that the AC is running and the electric's been turned on and the thermostat's set at a certain place? Absolutely. I take a little picture of the thermostat and send it to them. I make sure, the water's running, everything's good. Those are important things. And then what I like to do, even a year after, which isn't on here, but I like to stay in touch, because your insurance and taxes are now going to change. So this is what we have as the estimated taxes when you purchase the house, but now that you've purchased the house, your tax bill may look different.
Right.
So I want to be on top of that with you.
On top of that, to help.
Your insurance policy may change because the value of your house on the taxes has changed. So now the value may change. Are you staying on top of that? And those are things I like to do throughout the longevity that you've lived in. Let's every once in a while have that conversation.
Yep.
Of what's going on, keeping people in touch of, you know, new things that might be beneficial to your house and things like that. So
cool.
So there's lots of ways we help.
This is going to be actually a 2-week series.
Yes.
This was the first week, and this is how the Ebby Halliday way, best way, is on for home buyers. But next week we're going to talk about if you have a home
to sell,
and maybe it's that time you want to be closer to the grandkids, you want to move inland a little bit. Now's the time to sell. What the Ebby Halliday way is on how they help home sellers, and the list is just as long. There's a lot of things that they do that a lot of realtors may not think about, so make sure you watch next week's show. We're going to head on out. Next week we'll be talking how they can help home sellers. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye. Video equipment is sponsored by Crystal Beach Decor and More, located at 1959 Highway 87 in Crystal Beach, Texas, and Beachy Beatnik Boutique and Jewelry, located at 970 Surfside and Highway 87 in Crystal Beach, Texas. Thank you to these two businesses for being our 2025 video equipment sponsor for Bolivar Live.